Oh, there you are, YouTube. Do. Subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. Out here drinking a cucumber mint sparkling water from Good and Gather, which I think is a Target brand. I don't know. My wife just brings those home for me. Various flavors. Anyway, what we're going to do today, we're going to do a random ranking. We're going to go to my movie collection behind me and pick out 3 movies at random and then rank those movies based on whatever criteria we come up with. I'll rank them here in the video, but if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so. Also, I'm hoping tomorrow, man, I've been trying to get Ghostbusters Frozen Kingdom, and I've just been busy. And I missed it. Because of my busyness, I missed out on a movie that I really wanted to pick up, which was Chinatown, which also included the 2 Jakes. But nope, missed out on that. It's like out of print. But I feel like since it sold out so quickly, I hope that they're like, you know what? We can do a second run and probably make money, because there are a lot of people, including me, who want that a dish, even if it is a second printing. Anyway, let's get to picking out some films. Also, gosh, like the Criterion collection, man, I need to, maybe I'll do that after this video. After I get this video uploaded, I'm gonna hit up Criterion and make a list of films I want to pick up, because I haven't done any of that yet either. Anyway, one more time, let's get to my collection behind me and pick out 3 movies. All right. Whoa. Something down here. Sounds good. Maybe something here. Let's kind of stick to this side. This sounds fun. You know, let's do whatever this movie is. All right. Gosh, I don't even feel like doing. One of them was Breaking Dawn Part 2, but I don't know. I don't even feel like talking about that movie, so I'm going to get rid of it. It would just be number 3. I just have it ranked at number 3. Looks good. Yeah, this works. Let me tell you right now, one of them is Running Man, which I feel like I pull quite a bit. But that's okay. We can do Running Man again. So, our man Arnold Schwarzenegger is here in Running Man, a Stephen King adaptation. This came from a mom and pop rental store that went out of business, and I bought it when they were going out of business. And it was once a pick of the week by John, Jon, Running Man. He says, over Thanksgiving break, I went to the future. This show actually exists there. It's on the Fox network, and Pat Sajak hosts. Aside from that, though, the future isn't really post-apocalyptic. Ragtime music does make a big comeback, though, and they laughed at me when I called it the new wave. He's trying to be silly there. But yeah, I like this movie. Aren't they making redoing it? I think I heard that. I don't know if that's true, but if you know if that's true or not, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, Running Man is a fun movie. I always liked this one as a kid, and then, of course, I bought it at the going out of business video store, and still like it to this day. It has I don't know, it feels very outside of Arnold, but in addition to Arnold, it feels in proximity to Total Recall to me. And I think it's the science fiction element. Also, obviously, maybe gives you a little bit of Escape from New York vibes. But, I don't know, I've always been a fan of this one. Yeah, and plus this cover looks cool. I don't know, something about it feels like Arnold shouldn't be in it. And I like that he is in it. So, I dig that one. Next, we have Rocky 4, which for a long time was one of my least favorite Rocky movies. And I mean, I guess it still is today, but I did hear there was like an ultimate cut or something out of it where they took out the robot, which is something I've always had an issue with. Like, as even as a young person, I was like, what is this robot doing here? What is this, science fiction? A robot butler? Come on. It like took the movie out of reality, right? As if Ivan Drago doesn't take it out of reality, but still, there was something about that robot that just like took it, it like went a little too far for me. I mean, I still, the movie's still fun and all of that, but it was never one of my favorites. My favorites have always been the first one and the third one. Um, and then maybe it is this one. I don't know. Five isn't as bad as people say it is. Only in America. But I don't know. Rocky's awesome. Look at that American flag. It's 4th of July was yesterday, but maybe we're still living a little patriotic today. Look at that American flag. Next, this is cool. So I had the chance to meet Richard Linklater at a screening of the film Bernie. Right when it came out. I don't even know if the film was finished. I think there might have been a few edits left that he was going to work on. So I actually haven't seen Bernie, the theatrical edition, if I'm right on that. But anyway, met Richard Linklater afterwards. He was awesome. It was wild because I walked up to him and I was like, "Hey, can I get your autograph and maybe a picture or whatever?" And I thought that's all we were gonna do. But he like wanted to hang out with me, like not like necessarily go somewhere afterwards, though maybe he would have been cool with it. But he was like asking me questions about my life and just uh like giving me his time, and it was just amazing and wild, and I couldn't believe it. And I was like, I was having a tough time because I was like, I was in a situation thinking he is not going to care about me. He's just going to sign the picture, take the photograph, and get out. But he just kept wanting to talk. And one of the things was I handed him my copy of School of Rock, and he had never seen this copy before. He was unfamiliar with it. And he's like, "Oh, I haven't seen this one. Where'd you get it?" And I think I picked this up at a Michael's craft store. It's like where you buy like artist materials and craft materials and things like that. And yeah, I told him, and he was just kind of like, huh. But he wrote, "Derek, you rock. Richard Linklater." I don't know if you can see that right there. I kind of wish he would have wrote it up there or something, or maybe had I gotten silver, it would have been easier to see, but it's there in black. "Derek, you rock." And I always get it on the actual slip, not the plastic here. That way, if I ever get rid of this, at least I can still frame that part. But I love this movie. I think it's hilarious. Saw it in the theaters with one of my best friends in college. We actually made it a double feature. It was actually two of my friends from college. We saw that, and then we saw a movie with Dennis Quaid. I can't remember the title, but it's like a horror film, sort of. I think snakes are in it. It's a house horror film or something. Yeah, it was, or a thriller type movie. And pretty sure we double featured that way, seeing both films. But yeah, meeting Richard Linklater was awesome. He gave me so much of his time. When we got our picture taken together, I went like this for like rock and roll. I went, I mean, even, oh no, Jack Black is not doing that. I thought he was, but he's holding a pick right there. But anyway, I was like, and then he's like, "I'm from Texas. The Texas Longhorns, they do this," or something. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was the exact same thing. But so we talked about that a little bit, and he told me a little bit about Bernie the movie. Not just Bernie the movie, but Bernie the real life story. So Bernie was like in prison, and he kept telling us like inside information. And like me and my wife were just standing there, and he's like, "I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this, but he may be getting out of prison. And he's like, I probably shouldn't even be saying this in this video. And he was talking about how he was like, maybe he already was out. I can't remember now, but he was like living. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say it. So I'm not gonna say it because he was a little worried after he told me, and I don't want to get him in trouble. So I plead the fifth. But it was like I was friends with him or something. He was telling me some deep, dark secrets about some good he was doing for the world. All right, so how are we going to rank these? I'm going to go School of Rock #1. Sorry, these other two very classic, beloved films. And then I'm going to go Running Man #2, because that's one I've loved since I was a little kid. And I also liked Rocky. No, I mean, I'm not saying I disliked Rocky 4, but I had issues with Rocky 4 ever since I was a little kid because that little robot. But I did hear it's been edited and changed a little bit to where my issues aren't even in the movie anymore. But I don't know, maybe I should give it a rewatch like tomorrow or something and see how I feel about it now. I'd love to go through. I've never watched all the Rocky movies in chronological order. That's something I should do. And then jump into the Creed films. I think that would be a great, really fun thing to do. So maybe I'll do that someday. But right now, sorry, Sly. I still love you. I still think you're one of the best. And I appreciate everything you do. And I think you are underrated. Even as popular as you are, I think you are incredibly underrated. But what I'm going to do here today is give it to School of Rock, even though that story makes absolutely no sense if you actually like pay attention to it. Like the cops are just negligent for the crimes he committed, basically. And then I'm going to go with Running Man, which is just great, nostalgic, Arnie. And look at that. We got Arnie and Sly there. Imagine if this was Bruce Willis, right? I'm talking about Planet Hollywood right there in my left hand. Planet Hollywood in my left hand, plus a little Jack Black in my right. So yeah, we're gonna go with Arnold Schwarzenegger right there, and then hitting it up at the end there with Sly Stallone, who I apologize, Sly. Again, you don't deserve this, so I'm sorry, but Rocky 4 is gonna go at the end there. So one more time, School of Rock, then Running Man, then Rocky 4. But my question to you is, have you seen these films? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all three, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.